Biggest mistake of retail investors, believing all the industry bullshit. Lots of brainwashing goes on, things like the market always goes up, buy and hold, it'll be all right in the end. It's time in the market, not timing the market. The stock market is a voting machine in the short term, a weighing machine in the long term. It's all rubbish. Your job as a retail investor is to make as much money out of any price over any time frame you can, and the whole industry is trying to push you to be long term, presumably so that you won't disturb them by ringing them up and saying, should I sell now? Other things are laziness, thinking that all you have to do is open an account, click a few things and forget about it. You can't set and forget in the stock market. You either treat it as a hobby, be interested in it, have it as a passion, and pay a lot of interest and have fun with it, or just don't bother. You might as well stay in one of those big industry super funds, and there's nothing wrong with those. Another issue for me is quoting Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is not you. Warren Buffett's got all his school fees paid, mortgage paid, can afford to be patient. Most of his quotes are about being patient, and unless you could buy a company for 10 years, don't buy it for 10 minutes, all that sort of stuff. Well, most of us haven't got 10 years. Most of us are packing lunches for 4 kids and do not spend all day looking at stocks like Warren Buffett does. So we can't do it the Warren Buffett way. We have to do it our way. Another big failure is emotion, being emotional. If you find yourself saying, I hate that stock or I like that stock, then you're being emotional. And you have to be Spock. You have to be cold, objective, logical. There's absolutely no room in the stock market for staying awake at night because you're fearful, or standing in the air and punching the air in delight because you've made a huge profit. Whilst all those things are great, to be successful at all times, you have to be cold, emotional, logical. Another one is not taking responsibility for all your actions. I would say to you as a broker, even if I scream down the phone at you, you must buy this stock. When you actually buy that stock, that's your decision. That's nobody else's decision, and you need to take responsibility. All anyone else does is give you inputs. You have to distill the inputs, filter the inputs, and make a decision for yourself and take responsibility. I remember one time I was in the car park at the races, and this lady, a big group of people, of clients, came over, and this one lady attacked me, and there were obviously a few drinks in at this point, pointing her finger at me in my chest saying, you lost us so much money. And I didn't even know who she was, and it turned out that she was the wife of Rollo, one of my clients, lovely guy, and he was there as well, and he's got his eyes open looking at his wife attacking me. And I've gone over to Rollo and said, Rollo, what's going on? He goes, look mate, I'm sorry, but in the tech wreck I lost so much money I had to blame someone. And I was the one. So I don't mind that actually, because as a broker, when you take commission, I now roll into the commission that I'm getting paid to take the blame. You wouldn't believe how many marriages I've saved as a broker. Another big weakness is everybody thinking that the whole stock market is some Machiavellian plot against them. It is not, but a number of emails I've had from people over the years saying, oh, it's those institutions that pump stocks up so that they can sell them to us, and the whole thing's a plot. Absolute rubbish. And another thing I don't like, it's not really a weakness of investors, but another thing I don't like is anonymity. I think the hiding, I would not take any notice of anybody who passes any opinion behind the veil of anonymity. I think it's cowardly and doesn't deserve any respect. And other things are thinking you need to predict the future. You don't have to predict the future. Our mantra is to react, don't predict. Just keep waking up every morning making decisions based on fact, not on guesswork. A lot of people in the media are guessing. They're all guessing to try and get clicks. You don't need to guess. It's not about predicting the future. It's about assessing probability. And the worst one of all, worst weakness is not selling. and it's a core need of the market, of the stay-at-home investor, to get out of market, get out of stocks when they go wrong, and too many people just cannot sell. Another one is being short-term. Anyone that in my experience, who's been short-term gets nowhere in the long term. Impatience is your enemy in the stock market, and that'll probably do you, I think. There are 7 deadly sins. I think there are an infinite number of deadly sins for the stay-at-home investor.